Archangel Michael says, God has already marked the path for a life-changing meeting with your soulmate this Friday, and every step has been carefully prepared by his loving hands, so please remain close and listen to this message with your heart wide open, for the details you long to understand are being revealed now through peace, through faith, and through his divine timing that never comes a second too late. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you love spending time with God. Type "I love God" to claim abundance through God's love. There is a holy warmth rising within your soul, something gentle but certain, like a soft wind stirring the leaves just before a rain of blessings begins to fall. You may have been walking through days that felt heavy, and nights that stretched longer than they should, but God has been beside you in every quiet tear, in every whispered prayer, in every silent longing for love that understands, love that stays, love that sees your soul even when you cannot speak a single word. Heaven has not been silent about your heart's ache. God has heard what even you could not say aloud. He has watched the moments when you pretended to be strong, even though your spirit was trembling underneath the surface. He has never turned his face away from your loneliness. Every empty space inside you has been held carefully in his hands, not as something broken, but as something sacred and waiting to be filled at the perfect moment he has chosen. That moment is now approaching. Not by accident, not by coincidence, not by chance. A sacred appointment has been written into your life by the one who holds all time and space in his hands. This Friday is not just another day on the calendar, it is a divine intersection, a point of purpose where your heart will meet someone who carries part of your soul's healing in their eyes, in their presence, in the way they understand you without asking you to explain yourself. Every second you wait, wealth meant for you slips into someone else's hands. A hidden brain wave, once buried in CIA files, has been proven to awaken unstoppable prosperity. In just 7 minutes, you can unlock the switch inside your mind that draws abundance like a magnet. This is more than an opportunity, it is destiny knocking. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate your hidden wealth wave right now. Your soulmate has been walking a path that mirrors your own in silence. They have been stretched and tested. They have cried for things they couldn't change. They have prayed for someone just like you without even knowing your name. But heaven knew. Heaven always knew. And that is why, in a few short days, the path that once felt long and uncertain will become clear, and your feet will be guided with soft but unshakable confidence into a meeting that was written in God's book long before you ever took your first breath. You may feel unprepared. You may worry that you're not good enough, not ready, not healed completely. But God does not require you to be perfect. He only asks you to be open. His love is the bridge that brings two imperfect people together and begins the work of healing both hearts at once. You do not need to understand all the steps ahead. You only need to take the next one with trust, knowing that he who brought you this far will never abandon you halfway through the journey. There will be signs, subtle ones but full of meaning. You may feel an unusual peace resting on your shoulders like a quiet hug. You might notice a message that seems to speak directly to you. Someone might say something that feels too timely to be random. These are not coincidences. They are gentle confirmations from God, guiding your spirit without force, leading you to trust that what's coming is real, is holy, is yours. Type 1414 if you believe in divine protection. Let your heart remain soft. Don't close the doors because of what went wrong in the past. Don't let fear trick you into thinking this is too good to be true. This isn't about luck. This is about divine design. The person coming into your life was not chosen by you, they were sent by God, shaped through time, carved through trials, softened by tears, and molded with care so that when they meet you, your soul will recognize them even if your mind doesn't understand it yet. They will not need to fix you. They will not demand that you change to be loved. Instead, their presence will bring calm to your storms, and their silence will feel as safe as a prayer whispered in the darkness. God has placed something within them that is meant to awaken something within you. Together, your journeys will begin to make sense in ways they never did alone. This Friday will not be like the others. It holds a sacred weight, a holy beauty, and a divine rhythm that has already been written in the skies above and the whispers of angels below. Do not rush. Do not fear. Do not hide. Simply prepare your heart in quiet prayer and walk forward with peace, knowing that what you are stepping into is not just a new connection, but the unfolding of a promise that God Himself made to your heart long before it ever cried out for love. Stay still in spirit. Be gentle with yourself. Let God guide your steps and your words. You are not walking into a surprise. You are walking into something He has already seen, already planned, already blessed. Let your heart rest in that assurance. The wait is nearly over. Love is coming, and it carries the fingerprints of God. Do not leave before the end, because this message is heaven's way of touching your life. Archangel Michael says, "This sacred meeting has been written in God's heart since the beginning of time, and every step you've taken, even the ones that felt confusing, lonely, or painful, has been leading you gently to this precious moment when love meant just for you will finally arrive, carrying the peace your soul has been longing for in silence." There is a gentle unfolding happening around you, even if you cannot yet see it with your eyes, and the quiet stirrings in your heart are not imagination, they are divine signals that something holy is approaching. Heaven has moved slowly, with great care and precision, weaving your story with golden threads of purpose, healing, and love, and now the pieces that once felt scattered are beginning to draw closer together, preparing you for a moment that will feel like home even if it comes through unfamiliar hands. Type 1313 to affirm strength through the Lord. Do not think that your tears went unnoticed. Every single drop that fell from your eyes was caught by God's mercy, held like diamonds in His hands, and none of it was wasted. The pain you carried so quietly, the heartbreaks, the rejections, the nights you stayed awake wondering why love seemed to pass you by, all of that sorrow was seen and remembered, not with judgment, but with deep compassion, as God prepared something much gentler, something far more lasting than what was lost. The person who is coming to meet you is not arriving empty-handed. They are bringing with them not only their presence, but a history that matches your ache, a faith that has been tested, a heart that understands loneliness, and a strength that has grown through storms. They are not perfect, but they are ready, and most of all, they have been walking with God just like you, even in seasons when it felt hard to keep going. This shared foundation of faith will be the quiet fire that warms your connection without words. There is a time and place marked for this meeting, and it is not a mistake that it is happening now. The timing may seem sudden to the world, but to God, it is perfectly aligned. He has been shaping your days with divine patience, guiding your feet with unseen hands, and preparing your soul for a kind of love that honors Him first before it ever seeks to satisfy human longing. This kind of love is not about filling gaps or masking pain, it is about becoming a living reflection of God's grace in one another's lives. The struggles you've faced were never your fault. A hidden brain frequency, once buried in secret research, has been silently holding back your wealth. Now, for the first time, it is available to you, and it only takes minutes to activate. Imagine the chains of debt breaking, the doors of opportunity opening, and your life flooding with prosperity. This chance may never return. Click the link in the video description and comments below to claim it now. This upcoming Friday is more than a date. It is a door opening, not only into a new relationship but into a deeper understanding of what it means to be loved purely, truthfully, and without pressure. You do not need to become someone else for this person to find you worthy. You do not need to pretend you are stronger than you feel. You simply need to be honest, to be open, to be still in your heart and let God guide the rest. You may feel the urge to question everything, to wonder whether this is real, whether it is safe to trust, whether it is wise to open your heart again. These questions do not make you weak, they make you human. But I urge you to pause and look at how far God has brought you. He did not bring you through so many trials just to leave you empty-handed at the edge of the promise. He is not a God of broken paths. He is a God of full circles and completed journeys. The location where this meeting takes place may seem ordinary on the outside, but the presence of the Holy Spirit will make it extraordinary. Whether it's a place you visit every day or somewhere you've never been before, you will know it by the stillness that comes over your spirit. Your body may feel nervous, but your heart will know that this is the place where something shifts, where something sacred begins. When you meet this person, there may not be fireworks or overwhelming signs. It might be a smile, a gentle conversation, a feeling of peace that washes over you like a quiet wave. It might be in the way their eyes soften when they speak to you, or the way your soul finally exhales after holding its breath for so long. Pay attention to these moments. They are whispers from heaven saying, "This is it. This is what you were made for." Type 999 if you trust Jesus with all your heart. You are not alone in this. Angels have already been sent ahead of you, clearing paths, softening hearts, and placing blessings in the very spot where your feet will stand. Trust in that invisible work. Believe that God loves you enough to prepare every detail with the same care He used to form your heart in the first place. He knows how much you've waited. He knows what you've sacrificed. He knows you're ready, even if you feel unsure. This is not a fleeting encounter. It is not a temporary fix. This is a beginning. A holy partnership. A union that has purpose beyond comfort, one that will carry light to others, one that will make you feel safe enough to bloom again. Let that truth sink deep into your spirit. Let it comfort you on the nights when fear tries to speak louder than hope. Your soulmate is coming. The time is almost here. Be still. Be brave. Be faithful. What's waiting ahead is wrapped in God's love, sealed by His promise, and blessed by His mercy. You are stepping into a love story that could only be written by the Creator of love itself. Archangel Michael says, "What you are about to walk into is not just a chapter of love, but a holy union that has been crafted by God's gentle hands over time, and though you have faced loneliness, delay, and silent heartbreak, it was only so that the person who will now appear in your life could be made ready to carry the depth of love that heaven has reserved only for you. The ache you have felt was never a punishment. It was a preparation, a careful softening of your soul so you could one day recognize something far greater than worldly affection, a love shaped by God, one that heals without hurting, one that holds without controlling, one that listens more than it speaks, and reflects the patience and mercy that only comes through walking closely with the Lord. You may wonder why now, why this moment in time, why not earlier when your heart was more open, or your spirit less weary? But God does not move based on your readiness alone. He moves when all things align, when your healing has reached a certain depth, when their growth has reached maturity, and when the place destined for your meeting is lit by heaven's perfect light. Everything leading up to this has been divine timing, even if it came wrapped in silence and waiting. This sacred connection is not the result of desperation or chance. It is the fruit of prayers whispered over many lonely nights, of faith held tight through seasons that made no sense, and of surrender when you had no strength left but to simply trust that God still had something beautiful written for you. Now that time has come, not because you earned it by effort, but because you endured with grace. The place of your meeting may surprise you. It may be wrapped in the ordinary, perhaps a familiar hallway, a quiet cafe, a peaceful garden, or even a space you never thought to assign meaning to. But when your eyes meet, when your spirits recognize one another in stillness and quiet awe, you will understand that this was no accident. God hides miracles in plain sight, not to test you, but to teach you how to listen with the heart rather than the eye. Their words will not need to be perfect, but they will be honest. Their presence will not need to be grand, but it will be comforting. You will not have to fight to be seen, nor shrink to be loved. They will not complete you, for you are already whole in Christ, but they will complement the journey that God has been forming inside you since your first breath. You will feel it in your bones, in the way peace settles over your spirit like a warm blanket on a cold night. Type 1010 to affirm that God's timing is perfect. This is the kind of love that doesn't rush, doesn't shout, and doesn't seek to impress. It is quiet and rooted. It takes time to unfold, like a flower in spring, and though its beginning may seem simple, its depth will reach places no previous connection could ever touch. That's because this isn't born from fleeting desire, it's born from divine alignment. What if 7 minutes could rewrite your financial future forever? This hidden frequency, backed by neuroscience, flips the brain's natural wealth switch, unleashing unstoppable prosperity. People are calling it the money magnet sound, and it's already transforming lives. But hesitation means missing out while others move ahead. This is your moment to act. Click the link in the video description and comments below to awaken the wealth inside you today before the chance slips away. Do not carry the weight of the past into this new day. The heartbreaks that left scars on your heart were never meant to shape your worth. Let go of those memories, not by forgetting them, but by releasing them back into God's hands, trusting that He can take even your brokenness and turn it into fertile ground for new blessings. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too late. You are not too complicated to love. You are stepping into something that has been covered in prayer long before you even knew what to ask for. Someone out there has been praying for a soul like yours without knowing your face, without hearing your voice, but trusting in their spirit that God would bring the right person at the right time. You are the answer to that prayer, just as they are the answer to yours. Allow yourself to be open. Don't harden your heart in fear. Don't walk away from this encounter because of doubt disguised as wisdom. Sometimes the greatest blessings come in ways you didn't expect, through doors you didn't plan to open. But God is the one holding the key, and if you follow His voice, you will never end up where you don't belong. As Friday draws near, prepare your heart not with fear but with faith. Whisper quiet prayers of readiness. Let God quiet your anxious thoughts. Let Him soften your expectations and increase your discernment. He is not sending you confusion. He is sending you clarity. And in the stillness, He will confirm that what is coming is not just another relationship, it is a spiritual alignment, a reflection of heaven's heart for earthly companionship. Even now, the heavens are rejoicing, because two hearts that were formed to walk side by side are being guided toward each other at last. The angels have been instructed to guard your steps. The Holy Spirit has been whispering peace into both your spirits. This meeting is not simply a moment, it is a marker in eternity, a divine appointment that will shift the course of both your lives with gentleness, purpose, and grace. Stay close to God in these days leading up to the meeting. Let your thoughts be filled with quiet hope. Let your words be gentle. Let your heart remain unguarded, not toward the world, but toward God's ability to surprise you with His goodness. He has never forgotten you. He has never turned His face away from your cries. This, right now, is His answer. And it will be more beautiful than you dared to believe. Type Amen if you believe in God's power, and share this video with 9 people to invite peace, blessings, and miracles today. Archangel Michael says, Heaven has carefully arranged a sacred meeting for you this Friday, and though you may feel uncertain or unworthy of such a gift, let me assure you that this encounter has been carefully ordained by God Himself, not as a reward for your strength, but as a sign of His tenderness and deep love for you. As the hours gently move closer to that appointed moment, you may feel emotions rise quietly inside you, perhaps a soft stirring of hope, perhaps a little fear wrapped in wonder, or maybe even a quiet disbelief that something so special could be near after such a long season of silence and waiting. But I am here to speak clearly to your soul. Yes, this is real, and yes, this is for you, because God has not overlooked your longing, your quiet prayers, your hidden ache for a love that reflects His peace. Type 1111 if you believe heaven is listening. You have lived through days when your heart felt like it was walking barefoot on sharp stones, where every step forward felt like it might be the last one you could take. You have loved people who did not stay, trusted people who did not understand you, given parts of yourself to those who could not protect them, and still, you did not let the pain harden you. You chose to believe that there had to be more. That kind of faith has reached heaven. That kind of hope has now opened a door. This upcoming encounter is not meant to overwhelm you, but to gently remind you of what it feels like to be seen without having to explain yourself, to be held emotionally without being asked to perform, and to be loved without pressure. The one who is coming has been shaped by their own valley of tears, and just like you, they have been asking God quietly for someone who doesn't just understand the surface but sees the soul beneath it. They will not come rushing with grand declarations. Instead, they will carry peace in their voice, humility in their eyes, and kindness in their actions. Their presence will not make you feel nervous or out of place. In fact, you will be surprised at how calm you feel around them, as if your heart had been waiting for this atmosphere all along. There is no performance here, no chase, no confusion. Just a calm certainty that this is something new, something different, something God planned. Let go of the thought that you need to prepare yourself in some perfect way. God does not choose based on perfection, He chooses based on purpose. And the purpose of this union is greater than you know. It's not just to make you feel loved, but to allow love to flow through you both as a testimony to others that God still brings hearts together in a way the world cannot duplicate. This love will be patient. It will be slow to anger. It will be covered in prayer. It will feel like restoration. You will not have to chase it. You will not have to shrink for it. And you will not lose yourself inside of it. Instead, you will become more of who you were always meant to be. They will encourage your growth, not stifle your spirit. They will understand your silence, not fear it. They will stand beside you, not just when things are easy, but when things are quiet and uncertain. Because they, too, have walked with God. They, too, have been prepared for such a meeting. Heaven rejoices not because you are about to fall in love, but because you are about to walk into something that carries eternal value. God designed love isn't just about companionship, it is about becoming living evidence of His faithfulness. And the connection that will begin this Friday is not the end of your journey, it is the beginning of something holy, something beautifully fragile yet deeply strong, something only He could author. Do not doubt the signs you will feel. They may come quietly, like a breath of fresh air, or like a memory that feels like a dream. You might hear a song at just the right moment, feel an unexplainable warmth when they walk into the room, or sense peace where you used to feel anxious. These are heaven's fingerprints. This is God's quiet voice saying, I am here. I did not forget. This is not about timing that fits human plans. This is about timing that aligns with healing, with maturity, with purpose. The path you have walked was never a delay, it was preparation. Every prayer you whispered when you were too tired to speak, every journal page soaked in tears, every moment when you chose to believe even while your heart ached, none of it was wasted. God saw all of it. And now He is ready to reveal what He has been building behind the scenes. The truth is simple, you were created for abundance, yet a dormant brain signal has been holding you back. Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it pulls wealth into your life like never before. Others who pressed play once are already transformed, living the life they dreamed of. Do not hesitate or let regret steal this chance. Click the link in the video description and comments below to unlock your prosperity now. You are not being sent into this meeting to be disappointed. You are being called into it to be confirmed. You are not about to lose anything, you are about to gain something that no one can take away. This is not a temporary encounter. This is the beginning of a lasting journey with someone who will love you with gentleness, walk with you in faith, and help you build something rooted in Christ. So be still. Breathe deeply. Prepare your heart not by striving, but by surrendering. God has already written the story. Your only task is to step into it with open hands, an open heart, and a soul that trusts in the one who makes all things beautiful in their time. This is your time. This is your season. This is your divine moment. Type 1212 if you know God is guiding your steps. Archangel Michael says, "The time has come for you to step into a sacred moment that heaven has been preparing with unshakable love and endless patience, and though you may not see the full picture just yet, every detail, even the ones that seem delayed or difficult, has been leading you to this divine meeting that will change the shape of your heart forever." As Friday approaches, it's not just a date on the calendar that draws near. It is the fulfillment of a longing that has lived inside your spirit for far longer than you have been able to explain. There has always been something deep within you, a quiet yearning not only to be loved, but to be deeply known, to be understood without fear, and to be held in a way that doesn't ask you to hide the soft, wounded places inside your soul. That kind of love, the kind that mirrors God's heart, is now on its way to you. The love that's coming is not loud or demanding. It does not come crashing in to impress or overwhelm. Instead, it comes quietly, like the morning sun rising after a long, cold night. It comes with gentle light that touches every shadow and warms every frozen place you've tried so hard to hide. You do not need to brace yourself for disappointment this time. You do not need to protect your heart by expecting less. This is not a trick. This is not a mistake. This is grace arriving in human form. Heaven has watched you pour yourself into others, giving, forgiving, and continuing to hope even when hope felt far away. You've wiped your own tears in the quiet corners of life where no one noticed, and still, you chose to keep walking, to keep trusting, to keep believing that God would one day bring someone who would not only love you but carry the weight of your heart with care. That kind of trust is rare, and heaven honors it. God is now answering it. The person you are about to meet may not look like everything you imagined, but they will feel like everything your soul has needed. Their words will not be perfect, but their heart will be sincere. They won't arrive with grand speeches or polished performances, but with honesty, warmth, and a spirit that speaks peace over your life. You will not have to convince them to stay. You will not have to explain your worth. They will simply see it. And they will stay, not out of obligation, but because they are called to walk this path with you. This kind of connection is not built on instant sparks or fleeting attraction, it is built on something deeper, something sacred, something the world cannot fabricate. It is built on shared faith, shared values, and a gentle understanding that real love is less about perfection and more about presence. This person will not try to complete you. They will walk beside you, reminding you that you were already whole, and that God's love was already enough. But now, through this union, that love will be shared, reflected, and multiplied. The location may seem normal to others, but to you, it will become a holy place. Whether it's a quiet corner of a park, the stillness of a waiting room, the warmth of a familiar space, or even a simple encounter during your day, it will be marked by divine presence. You may not recognize it at first with your eyes, but your spirit will know. Something within you will quiet, and a peaceful confirmation will wrap around you like a blanket, telling you without words, this is it. You've arrived. Type 2222 to open the door to new blessings. Let go of the fear that it's too late. Love is never late when God is the one writing the story. Let go of the lie that you're too much or not enough. God doesn't send people to fix you, He sends people to walk with you, to see you, and to remind you of how deeply loved you are, not despite your scars, but because of them. The person who is coming doesn't want a version of you, they want your truth, your softness, your faith, your honesty. And they are ready. This Friday is more than a day, it is a doorway. And behind it is not just a new relationship, but a new chapter of healing, of growth, of comfort, and of purpose. This union is not only about love, it is about restoration. You will laugh again, not because life is perfect, but because your heart is safe. You will trust again, not because you've forgotten the past, but because God is giving you something stronger than the pain. You will believe again, not because the world has changed, but because your soul has found something it can rest in. Heaven is moving in the background. Angels have been assigned. Prayers you didn't even realize you were praying have reached the throne of grace. This love, this meeting, this person, it's not random. It's sacred. And it's yours. Walk into it with a quiet heart and an open spirit. Let the fears fall away. Let the old stories dissolve. You are stepping into something holy. And God will be with you in every breath, in every glance, in every gentle unfolding. He never forgot you. He never changed His mind. He has only been waiting for the perfect time. And that time is now. Archangel Michael says, "You are now walking into the moment that heaven has guarded with tenderness and purpose, and this sacred Friday holds within it the answer to prayers you thought had been forgotten, the fulfillment of promises you were too tired to keep holding, and the arrival of a soul whose presence will quiet every storm that has lived in you for far too long." As the appointed hour draws near, a stillness begins to settle not just in your surroundings, but in the deeper places of your soul. This stillness is not emptiness, it is holy preparation. It is heaven brushing away the dust of doubt, the ashes of disappointment, and the weariness that has clung to your heart through seasons of silence. You may not yet see it fully, but the atmosphere around you is shifting. Not because of what you've done, but because of who God is. He is faithful. He is on time. And He is always writing love stories that cannot be erased by delay or destroyed by past pain. This love that is coming into your life is not a rescue, it is a resurrection. God is not sending someone to pull you out of despair, but someone who will sit with you in peace, walk beside you in truth, and remind you that you were never broken beyond restoration. This is not about being saved by another person. You've already been saved by grace. This is about partnership, two souls who have walked with God through wilderness and are now being joined, not to escape life's trials, but to walk through them hand in hand, led by a greater strength than their own. You do not need to prepare yourself by changing who you are. You do not need to rehearse the right words or overthink every detail. What God is doing in this moment is far beyond human perfection. He is not orchestrating a performance. He is unveiling a promise. And the person He is bringing into your life is not coming to evaluate you, they are coming to see you, to honor the journey you've walked, and to cherish the heart you've guarded through so many lonely nights. Type 2121 if you trust God's plan for your life. There will be a quiet recognition between you, a sense that you've known them, even if your paths have never crossed before. Their voice will calm the racing thoughts. Their presence will feel like a soft place to land. You may try to rationalize it, to make sense of how someone could feel so familiar, so safe, so right, but this is not something your mind needs to solve. This is something your spirit will simply know. Because God has prepared both of you for this, and now, the time has come. The location will not matter as much as the presence of peace that surrounds it. You might be busy, distracted, going through your usual routine, when suddenly, heaven will pause the moment. You'll feel the shift. You'll feel your heart quiet. You'll notice the details in a way that feels different. Maybe it's the sound of their voice, the kindness in their eyes, or the way time seems to soften. This is how divine appointments arrive, not in dramatic scenes, but in holy stillness that carries weight and warmth all at once. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. The window is open, but not forever, and every second you wait is wealth slipping from your hands, so grasp it now. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today. Do not worry if you feel nervous or unready. God is not asking you to be fearless, He is simply asking you to be willing. Willing to believe that He knows what He's doing. Willing to trust that love can come gently. Willing to receive what you've prayed for without holding it at a distance. Let your heart remain open, even if it trembles. Let your soul lean in, even if part of you still aches from the past. This is not just about romance. This is about healing. This is about becoming whole in the presence of someone who sees the beauty in your scars, who respects your boundaries, who doesn't try to rush what God is growing between you. This is about companionship that is rooted in something eternal, not emotional highs that fade with time. This is about learning how to walk together, slowly, prayerfully, faithfully. You will see signs, not because you're asking for proof, but because God is kind. He knows your heart. He knows what you need to feel safe. And He will provide those quiet reassurances in small but undeniable ways. A word spoken at the right time. A moment that feels too meaningful to be random. A peace that covers you without explanation. These are heaven's confirmations. Trust them. And when the moment comes, when your eyes meet, and the silence feels full instead of empty, take a breath and remember, this is not the beginning of something new, it is the unfolding of something that has been blooming quietly in the heart of God for longer than you know. You are not stepping into uncertainty, you are stepping into divine certainty wrapped in human form. This is your season. This is your confirmation. This is your blessing arriving on 2 feet, with a voice and a heart and a soul that recognizes yours, not because of anything you've done to earn it, but because God delights in giving good gifts to those who trust in Him. You trusted Him, even when it hurt. Now let Him show you what that trust has been building all along. You are ready, not because you feel brave, but because you stayed. You are worthy, not because you've never failed, but because you never stopped believing. And now, love is coming. Love is near. Love is here. Type Amen if you believe in God's endless mercy. Archangel Michael says, "The window of heaven is now open over your life, and with every passing hour leading up to this Friday, divine favor is being poured gently over your path, preparing not just the meeting you have waited so long for, but the sacred unfolding of a union that has been covered in grace, formed in silence, and released in perfect timing by the hands of a loving God who has never stopped watching over you." You may not realize it, but even now, your spirit is being attuned to the sound of someone else's heart, a heart that has walked through its own seasons of silence, its own questions, and its own deep longing for connection that wasn't temporary, conditional, or shallow. The one you are about to meet has been praying, too, not always with words, but with sighs, with hopes, with quiet moments where they looked toward heaven and whispered, "Let it be someone who truly understands." This meeting is not simply about two people finding each other. It is about two stories being joined. Two lives that have been shaped by faith and refined by fire, brought together not by human effort but by divine orchestration. This is a moment that carries eternal weight. And the closer it draws, the more your soul begins to feel that something different is on the horizon, not a feeling of pressure, but of peace, of release, of readiness. You might have noticed lately that your surroundings feel quieter, that your distractions are falling away, and that your focus is shifting toward the unseen, the eternal, the inner preparation of your heart. This is no accident. Heaven is drawing your attention inward, not so that you may worry about what is to come, but so you may enter into it with stillness, with peace, with trust. God does not want you overwhelmed. He wants you open. You do not have to understand everything in order to receive it. In fact, some of the most sacred blessings enter our lives when we release the need to control how they come. This love is not arriving in a way that will confuse you or pressure you. It is coming in a way that feels like exhale, like quiet recognition, like two souls discovering they were always walking toward each other, even when they didn't know it. There is no striving required here. You don't need to impress. You don't need to pretend. The beauty of divine love is that it doesn't ask you to be anything other than who God already created you to be. When this person stands in front of you, they will not be searching for perfection. They will be listening for honesty. They will be drawn to your softness, your authenticity, your faith, and your ability to remain kind even after all the times life tried to harden your heart. Their arrival may feel sudden, but your connection will feel familiar. As though your souls have spoken before. As though your journeys have been echoing each other from different places, waiting for this sacred intersection. And when it happens, you will not need to be told twice. Your spirit will know. Your heart will settle. Your peace will speak louder than any doubt ever could. This meeting is not the end of your waiting, it is the beginning of something God has long been preparing. And it will not only bring companionship, but healing. It will not only offer love, but understanding. This person will not only walk beside you, they will help carry the purpose that God has placed upon your life. And you, in return, will carry theirs, not as a burden, but as a beautiful weight that reminds you both that you were never meant to walk alone. There will be moments, even after the meeting, when fear may try to whisper. What if it doesn't last? What if this is too good to be true? But you must remember, this is not a human plan. This is God's promise. And when God writes a story, He does not stop halfway. He completes what He begins. Not because we always deserve it, but because His love does not fail. So prepare yourself, not with anxiety, but with reverence. Light a candle. Whisper a prayer. Take time to sit in stillness and let heaven wash over your mind. Release the weight of control. Let go of every what if and rest in the beautiful truth that what's meant for you is already on its way, and it is not fragile, it is not unstable, it is rooted in God. He is the one who has watched over every moment of your life, who has walked with you through heartbreak and loneliness, who has seen every silent tear and heard every wordless prayer. He is not distant. He is not unsure. He has not changed His mind about you. And what He is bringing now is more than love, it is restoration. It is joy. It is peace in human form. Type 2020 to embrace joy and strength in Christ. Do not be afraid. You are ready, even if you feel unsure. You are worthy, even if you've been told otherwise. You are seen, chosen, and deeply loved. And soon, you will stand face to face with the person God has quietly been preparing just for you. They will not bring all the answers. But they will bring something far more sacred: presence, patience, and a kind of love that speaks softly, stays gently, and grows faithfully. This Friday is coming. And so is everything your soul has been waiting for. Archangel Michael says, as the final hours quietly approach the appointed day, heaven leans closer, watching with tenderness as your heart begins to sense what your eyes have not yet seen, that this meeting on Friday will be more than a simple encounter. It will be the beginning of a healing that only God could have arranged, in a way only He could have designed, with timing so precise and purpose so gentle that even your most wounded places will begin to breathe again. You may feel a quiet stirring in your chest, a sense of sacred anticipation that doesn't come from imagination but from the Spirit of God preparing your soul to receive what has been written into your story all along. The ache that has lived inside you for so long, hidden behind smiles, tucked beneath responsibilities, carried silently like a fragile glass in trembling hands, is finally being met with something real, something rooted in God's promise, not man's performance. The person who is drawing near to you has also been aching, also been longing, also been walking through their own wilderness. And though they are not perfect, they have been made ready. Their heart has been softened through seasons of brokenness and shaped by prayer in quiet places. Like you, they've learned how to wait with grace, how to stand when it hurts, how to hold on to hope even when everything inside them screamed to let go. This is not just someone you will love. This is someone you will understand, and who will understand you in return. What if the fastest path to wealth was already inside your mind, waiting to be activated by a powerful sound wave? Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it begins drawing opportunities, success, and financial freedom like never before. Imagine the relief of no more bills and the joy of living your dreams. This is more than an offer, it is a divine turning point. Your destiny is waiting, but only if you choose to move now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on this ancient brain wave today. When your eyes meet, it may not feel like lightning. It may not look like the stories the world tells. Instead, it will feel like rest. Like the quiet end to a long journey. Like a door that finally opens without resistance. There will be peace that makes no sense. There will be a knowing that goes deeper than words. Your soul will say, "This is the one I've been walking toward, even when I didn't know where I was going." Do not worry if the moment feels simple. Heaven hides miracles in ordinary places. What matters is not the noise of the world, but the whisper of God that says, "This is the one." You may feel calm. You may feel overwhelmed. You may feel like everything is moving slowly and quickly all at once. Whatever comes, know that you are safe. God does not bring confusion. He brings clarity wrapped in quietness. He brings love wrapped in trust. You will not need to hide. You will not need to shrink. You will not need to pretend. You have carried yourself with grace through so many battles, and now, you will be able to lay your armor down. This person will not come to fix you. They will come to walk with you. They will not see your softness as weakness, but as beauty. They will not run from your tears, but sit with you through them. They will not ask you to prove yourself, because to them, you will already be enough. There is no part of your story that disqualifies you from this love. Every chapter, even the painful ones, has made room for something deeper, something real, something lasting. God has used every tear to soften the soil of your heart, so when this love comes, it will not just land, it will take root. It will grow. And it will bloom, not in shallow soil, but in a garden watered by grace and protected by prayer. Type 222 if you know God is with you. This Friday is not about a perfect beginning, it's about a holy one. There will be questions. There will be things to learn, hearts to open slowly, walls to gently lower. But the difference this time is that you will not be alone in the effort. This time, love will meet you halfway. This time, God will be at the center. And where He stands, fear cannot survive, and hope can rise again. Let go of the need to predict how it will happen. Let go of the need to prepare the perfect version of yourself. God is not asking for your performance. He is asking for your presence. Show up with your whole heart. Show up with your honesty. Show up with your faith, no matter how small it feels. He will do the rest. Trust what you feel. Trust the quiet pull in your spirit. Trust the peace that rises unexpectedly. That is not emotion. That is the confirmation of heaven. You are walking into a meeting that will not end in heartbreak. You are stepping into a promise that will not be taken from you. What is being revealed this Friday is not just love, it is legacy. It is purpose. It is the beginning of a journey you will walk not in pieces, but in partnership. So breathe. Rest. Smile when you feel the stirring in your heart. It is real. It is close. It is holy. Heaven is not rushing you. Heaven is inviting you. And love, pure, gentle, God-sent love, is coming to take your hand and lead you into the days you've prayed for.